But the company that I work for wasn't telling their clients, well, Michael's got a heart issue. You can't fly your airplane for a month. Well, hey everybody, ScooterMike.TheCharterPilot here. Welcome back. It's been a hot minute since I've been on. It's good to have you back with me for a short little ride. So I got her back. I'm excited to have her back. For those of you who don't know, I had issues with my new Can-Am RT Limited right after I took delivery with it. Real briefly, so it's not too repetitive. First day I had it, I took it out, ran it up through 3,000 RPM, and it would make a sound that goes wah. So I took it back to the shop, and there it sat. Took them 4 weeks to get it back together again. Not because they were troubleshooting, because they didn't have anybody to work on it. So I would check in with them every 3 or 4 days, and then they would say, oh, this person is on vacation. Then it was, he's on days off. Then it was, I don't know, towards about week 3, they were like, well, he's had heart issues. Not that I'm unsympathetic to heart issues. They look at me like when they say, well, he's got a heart problem, as if I'm supposed to be sympathetic to that. It's not that I'm not sympathetic to that. I am. I actually had my own issues with my heart and had heart surgery. But the company that I work for wasn't telling their clients, well, Michael's got a heart issue. You can't fly your airplane for a month. So my problem wasn't the gentleman's illness. My problem was that he seemed to be the only person who could work on the bike. At some point I asked him, I was like, well, is he the only technician that can work on a Can-Am? They said, yeah, he's our, quote, master technician, unquote. And there isn't anybody else can do it. And I thought, well, that's a horrible way to run a business. There's no backup. So, I don't know, a few days before I got it back, I called the gentleman that checks in the bikes, and I said, can I have the name and email address of the general manager of the dealership? He reluctantly gave it to me. And then I decided to also contact the salesman. Any of you know who have bought vehicles, you know that when you're getting ready to buy the vehicle, the salesman is like ready to bend over backwards, anything he can do to make you happy. And after you sign on the dotted line, you know, it's a little bit harder to find that salesman. So anyway, I decided to take him up on his offer, and I just wanted to contact somebody else with the same request. I said, can I have the email address and the name of the general manager? I didn't get angry, I didn't get upset. I didn't feel like that would be helpful in getting my bike fixed. I just asked for that information. Now, I don't know if that information made a difference. It may be just coincidence, but 2 days later, they called and they said, your bike's finished. We got an oil change done on it, and she's ready to go. Pick it up whenever you want. Then I got called out for a trip, and so it was about a couple more days. And while I was on the trip, they called me, so are you going to pick it up? And I said, yeah, I'm going to pick it up on Tuesday. They said, okay, we just want to know because we're going to have it washed and waxed for you, and you know, we want it to be ready and looking good when you show up. So that's the kind of action that I wanted, that I was getting frustrated with, because it seemed to me, I was like, you know, I kind of hit a dead end here. That I spent a lot of money on this thing, and I felt like I wanted them to understand that this should be a priority. It's not just like any other bike that's sitting in the dealership. They just delivered it. It needed to work properly, and if it didn't, they needed to make it right soon. So turns out there was an issue with the muffler. They swapped out the muffler from one of their new bikes to my bike. Problem solved. They're going to wait for delivery of the muffler for their bike. So that, once again, that's the kind of action that I wanted. Which is good that they swapped it out, because they told me it was going to take like 2 or 4 weeks to get that muffler from Can-Am. So, well, excuse me, not from Can-Am, but from BRB. So, at any rate, couldn't wait to get the bike out. It's not a bad day. It's about 50 degrees with the riding gear on. It's pretty warm. I'm going to go on my first group ride day after tomorrow. It's not specifically a Can-Am group ride. It's a motorcycle group ride. They're meeting at a place about an hour and 15 minutes from where I live. Should be a lunch ride. It's going to be a little bit chilly in the morning. It's going to be about 40 degrees. However, I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue on the Can-Am. It's got a heated seats, heated grips. With the windscreen, it keeps most of the cold air off me. I actually tried the heated grips for the first time, and actually got my hands too warm while I put it on high. But at any rate, hope you're all doing well, staying safe, staying warm, and we'll talk to you real soon. See ya. Bye.